By the way, I feel really stupid. Actually, I'm not saying this when this is being recorded.
Why? I promise it won't be the intro. There you go.
No, that's bollocks. I don't trust you. Go fuck yourself. There's your intro, bitch.
What's up, people? Welcome to the GSC Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Louchy, joined this week by Johnny.
Yo.
Jamie C.
Hello.
And Janny Spagnoli.
Hello.
How are you guys doing this week?
Very well, very well, very well. Good.
Like
Very well,
in
very
it,
well.
in it to win it or something. I don't know. I'm good.
Good. Good. I'm glad we don't have like a schedule for when our podcast is supposed to go up. Because
We'd be shit at that, wouldn't we?
last week's was pretty late again. Moving swiftly on. We'll start as we always do with what we've been playing / doing this week. And Johnny, you know the order by now.
GTA. Just GTA, man.
Woo.
Seriously.
How far are you now? Are you near the end?
Yeah, definitely. I'm somewhere near the middle and the end.
How many? Sometimes.
Just throw a dart at a wall somewhere.
Well, it's hard to know because it's telling me 50%, but obviously that's through the entire game, right? That doesn't
Includes
stop
all
us.
of your side missions and stuff. Yeah.
Exactly. So
Does
it's
it
hard
not?
to tell.
Does it not track the missions that you've done? Because there's 69, right? 69 main story missions.
Of course there are.
Would you like to know that you're on number 68 out of 69, or would you like to not know when the story's going to end? Though that's the thing.
That's true.
Yeah, that's true. I think I'm okay with it.
.jpg.
Just happening. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty bloody good though. I'm still. So I did manage to log on to GTA Online. I know we're going to talk about that later, but yeah, that seems pretty good. I need to get you guys on there though. I imagine that'd be a lot of fun.
Yes.
Well, I still don't own it, so you're going to have to wait a little while for me. But I definitely plan to pick up at some point. Did you get to anything else this week?
I went to Sheffield over the weekend.
You went to that's up north, right?
Yeah,
Fucking
but no one
mining
cares.
town.
Jane doesn't care, so...
What'd you go to Sheffield, man?
Yeah, it was cool. Some funny accents up there. That's pretty much it.
Did you just go there?
Yeah, straight away.
What, like, for no reason? I went to Sheffield. Like, I didn't do anything.
No. My girlfriend's younger brother's just started uni up there, so he's doing engineering in the University of Sheffield. So he's absolutely loving it. We went to this Japanese food place, and it was delicious. That's my story.
Awesome, man. Cool story, bro. James, what did you do this week, man?
Nothing. I didn't go to Sheffield. No. I wish I did though. That sounds like fun.
It was fun.
Right. Little bit more GTA for me as well. I finished it though.
Oh, cool. So, without giving spoilers, what did you think of it?
It's good. Game of the year? No.
Is it the best GTA you've played?
Yes, because to be honest, I'm not a massive GTA fan from previous versions in installments, but yeah, like I talk about this a lot though. The characters, they're driving so much in this that if you had to base Game of the Year on character drive, then it would be this. But
do you mean actual driving?
No.
Because they are driving a lot as well.
Yeah,
that's actually incredibly high praise considering it came out in the same time frame as in the same Game of the Year running as The Last of Us and BioShock Infinite. If you're giving it better characters,
I think because there's so much going on and they're utilizing 3 main characters at once, it never falls flat in that regards where you'd expect it to. You would think that 3 characters trying to drive this one main story arc, it would just be a bit too much and it would get lost, but you're never lost. You follow it perfectly. you laugh with them, you get angry with them, and you're motivated by what they're motivated by. So that's what makes it stronger than BioShock. I wasn't motivated by Booker DeWitt, but I still found it a great story.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
I didn't want to see it.
Do you find Franklin the least interesting?
No, not at all.
Wait, which one's Franklin?
He's your young associate, your new guy.
The coarsest of black guy, Johnny.
No,
you make me sick. No, but his story, he's like the meth guy, right?
The what?
Is that the other dude?
No, Franklin is basically a loan shark's like right-hand man. He'll go back and repossess cars and stuff like that. So he's your driver. Okay. Like Michael's the ex con in with the he's really in there. He's mixed in between. He's got a finger in every pie.
Yeah,
nice.
And quite a lot of women, depending on what alleyways you go down. And then Trevor's just your crazy Canadian, isn't he?
He's so crazy to watch. Like every time he meets a new character, I'm just glued to the screen. Like, oh, what's he gonna do?
I think the funniest one is when he does turn up at Franklin's house. I'm not going to say what he does, but when he meets Franklin's aunt, that had me in stitches. I was on the floor. It was so funny.
Very well.
I just like giving him a big beard and then doing loads of self shots, like MySpace photos.
Selfies.
Wherever I am.
I've not purchased any tattoos, any clothes. I just let him get on with it.
I love
it. Did you customize the main characters?
All the time. They were really? All in tuxedos and big beards and
Oh wow!
It's just really funny. Because Trevor wears well, it's not cut for him basically. It's really offside. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so that's done. If offline works, we're going to talk about that in a bit. Online, I should have said.
Yeah.
Literally offline though. If that works, we'll get onto that in a bit though.
That'll be next.
Yeah.
Cool.
Other than that though, there's a game this week, and I told you last week. Oh, I've got this game. I've been sitting on it for a while. And then it literally has gone live on the eShop this week. you previously you've been unable to buy it over here.
Last year by the time it came out.
Yeah.
Cheers.
But it's the DS and 3DS Adventure Time game.
Awesome.
Hey Ice King, why'd you steal our garbage? It's possibly the best handheld game I've played this year.
Really?
From a mechanics standpoint, or from a fact that you and your family are massive Adventure Time fans standpoint?
That would obviously help it. That would influence it quite a lot. But still, it takes a lot of elements of other games that I would have enjoyed and works them to its advantage and really plays them well. Like the whole Zelda down shot of the map, and then when you go into the levels and worlds, it's 2D side scroll.
So it has Adventure of Link then.
Yeah, but then a massive Metroid element as well.
Oh, cool.
It doesn't define the way you have to go, but then you'll get to a point, you'll get stuck, and you'll have to go back and do something else to unlock it. So you're constantly in this Metroid loop of unlocking something to go back, and then all of a sudden a new path's there, and so on. Yeah, and it works. And I finished it quite quick, I'd say, just 4 or 5 hours, but it's still a great game, and I'm really looking forward to the home console game.
Yeah, I heard that. Wii U, right?
Well, yeah, Wii U, PS3, and Xbox 360, but I've got mine pre-ordered for the Wii U. Get some multiplayer madness, 100 levels of dungeon crawling, you get familiars. Let's do it.
That's pretty awesome, man. I'll probably end up picking that one up, man.
Well, I mean, what's it cost me? I think like 25 quid, I think, on Shop 2. But yeah, why not, hey?
Awesome. Is that everything you did?
Yeah.
Alright, cool, man. Janny, what have you been up to?
GTA. And actually FIFA. Yeah. On with GTA, I have to admit, I said this to Johnny, I think this is up there with Vice City as just pure impact that it has on you, and you can tell you're gonna remember it. Unlike GTA 4, which I actually struggled to remember a lot of stuff. I can honestly say I'm gonna play this again. It feels like you're gonna go back and play the missions all over again as well. And when the online gets up and running, that's something else. But yeah, no, I'm really enjoying it. I don't regret buying it at all. FIFA, on the other hand, oh dear.
Oh dear, oh dear.
Oh dear, oh dear. Now, this is what surprises me, is that every reviewer has. I've not seen a bad review about it, and I don't actually understand why. I don't know if people are just playing it online and just ignoring the fact that there's a single player element, but it's a car crash again.
Isn't it? What's wrong with it, man?
Well, it's like they've taken FIFA 13, which I remember slating quite a lot for its single player bit, and they've somehow made it more glitchy and worse. It's like they said to Ubisoft, here, see what you can do. And they went, okay, we'll get our Assassin's Creed team on it. No, basically...
No.
Right.
I would have let that go. But Johnny's little snicker, man. Fuck's sake. Carry on, Johnny.
Where was I? Oh yeah. So it's actually quite glitchy. Bearing in mind, first of all, they move like tanks. They are so slow.
Fuck's sake. I don't get it anymore. I don't understand.
No. I don't know. We're giggling, man. It's good times. I thought they fixed their animations. That was their big selling point this year.
Well, it's so slow. It is honestly really frustratingly slow. And the worst thing about it is that the response time between the controller and game, there's been, I don't know what it is, but for example, when I go to select a player and I want to run in a direction, a couple of times it's come out where it's taken him about a second or two to respond, and by then I want to do something else, and that's really, it's game breaking almost, because you need that response time.
Yeah, man. So, input lag on a skill-based game is just fucking terrible, man.
Yeah, I mean, I get pissed off with a game that's shipped where it's glitchy offline. And I've found a fair few in there. And the other thing is I want to be a pro mode, right? You create your own footballer and you can take him up through the ranks. Now, in the older FIFAs, you started off as a youth player or in the reserves, and you had to perform better, and then you got promoted up to the first team. In this one, you're thrown in at the first team, so there's no real competition there. You start every match, but they take you off after 60 minutes, like guaranteed.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, every time, no matter how well you're playing?
Every single match I've played, until I moved to, like, where am I? Belgium. I moved to a Belgium league, right? So until I moved then, I was always taken off at 60 minutes, guaranteed. And it's the most fucking irritating thing, because why the hell would I play be a pro mode, controlling the whole team and myself, if I'm not going to play for the last 30 minutes of a game? It just defeats the whole object of trying to get your player as, because you do sort of favour the passes and stuff. But anyway, nobody will give a shit, because I'm not talking about FIFA Ultimate Team or online. But I just think if you're going to ship a game, if you're going to concentrate on a game, you've got to get the fundamentals right. And it's broken, and it's been broken for 2 years now, and it's actually gotten worse from last year.
Well, if maybe it's that engine, the natural motion engine that they're using for the characters. I think that might be slowing that down. Well, when was that introduced? That's
got to be FIFA 13 or 12.
Yeah,
that's the Battlefield engine, right? Or one of the elements from the Battlefield engine.
The procedural animation sort of thing. So it looks pretty.
12.
Maybe that's what's causing the input lag. Because you notice it with GTA 5's natural motion. I know it's slightly different, isn't it? The Euphoria engine, is that what it is? I can't remember what it's called. Do you know the way the
so? Yeah, I remember here the one that was like, was it in Red Dead as well?
Yeah, and it was in GTA 4 as well. And people do complain that it does have some wonky physics and it can feel a bit tanky.
Well, it has. It has like
Well, that's procedurally generated as well, the animations. So it just seems to come with that sort of thing, you know. If you have procedural animations,
Well, I
sort of
think
thing,
the
comes
problem
with.
sorry to cut in, but I think the problem with FIFA is they've tried to make it too clever, and then like there's take this one bit. I select a player and I want him to do something, but he's too busy going through the motions of something else, so he's reacting to something, and there's no way the animation has to finish before you can go and do something else. But that's not like in older FIFA games or other football games, I should say, where they're trying to make it a bit too realistic and it's not fun.
Yeah.
I mean,
you should have come over to the dark side. I've been playing PES still. Come on.
Are you enjoying PES?
Yeah, are you enjoying it?
Yeah, it's much better now. Come on. Come play PES. Trade that shit in and.
All right. Well, whilst we're gunning for EA about FIFA, then did you guys read about the 3DS version?
Isn't it exactly like the last year's edition?
It is the exact same game, just a roster update, and they've slapped FIFA 14 Legacy Edition on the box, but there is no update, so you have to buy that game, which in terms of game modes and everything like that is exactly 100% the same as last year's. It's just a roster update.
Can I put my neck on the line and say it really does feel the same with FIFA 14 on the home consoles? Because I mean, it's the same with the Vita version and the 3DS. I know they're identical from last year, but I honestly don't know what they've changed in this one. It really just feels like a roster update.
I was going to say, they've promised current gen versions for the next 4 years, so I can see that just being how it works next year. Like you always asked about just getting download updates for the game.
Yeah.
And doing it that way. I don't think we're far off that then. If they're going to keep releasing it on this console, you're going to see this bridge between this generation and next. I know it's not massive, but you are going to start to see it once the consoles have been out for a little while. You know, Uncharted 1 didn't look anywhere near as good as Uncharted 3, did it? But that's because it had time to be worked on and they had more time with what they were doing. So imagine FIFA in a couple of years and then they're still trying to release it on Xbox 360 and PS3. No, it must just be a bloody
rough. The same thing happened, right? We were getting FIFA and Pro Evolution up until 2008 on PS2, right?
Oh, later than that. Or you can still get it this year on PS2, I think.
Yeah, I think I did see FIFA 14 for PS2.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So wait, I guess it's easy for them because they can just release a Wii version and a PS2 version at the same time, right?
It's pretty much the same game without waggle.
Yeah. Fucking EA, man. Sometimes.
I'm a bit scared for Battlefield 4, to be honest.
Don't say that. They've got to.
Come on, that's our launch.
Yeah, I know, but because they love money, don't they?
Well, there's definitely going to be microtransactions in there. That's guaranteed. But
I think
depends what it is.
You're out of bullets.
Aren't they doing battle packs or something now, where like you can buy instead of like unlocking guns, you can just buy a battle pack, which will unlock a group of guns for you.
I think so. Yeah. Janny, was that a clever reference, or were you making a joke?
What?
Because the CEO of EA did say one time that if he could charge you to reload, he would.
That doesn't surprise. I didn't know that.
He literally said that. He said like he would charge by the ammo or something like that.
Wow.
But he couldn't because he wouldn't be able to get away with it. He said that to the media. Why do people? Wait. He's gone now,
Is that Bobby
right? Kotick? No, John Riccatello.
Oh right.
From
Wasn't he going on about raising the prices of games if he could?
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Well, they have here. Like, next gen games are retailing at £60, isn't it?
55, I think.
55.
But I kind of expected that for new titles. But
55 for everyone else. I think Sony first party games are going to remain 40, 45.
Right.
Sorry, just quickly before we go off topic a bit. The one thing I was going to say is what Jay mentioned about just paying for roster updates. I would love to believe in that if they weren't going to charge 30, 40 quid for it. And I know EA, and they know that that's exactly what they would do. Like, that was the other thing. Stuff like football boots and balls and all that, there's no freebies when you buy the game. You have to buy them all from the outset. So you have to have, like, if you create your pro, you've got to have, like, shitty boots and that sort of stuff. And it just seems like they're cut down the game as
Hang on,
much.
Hold up.
Boots microtransaction as well.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Or is it in-game currency?
Oh, sorry, it's in-game currency, but again,
okay.
you can buy. I'm sure you can buy the credits with real money in order to unlock them quicker. I'm almost certain of that. But it's
EA always have like quick starter packs, don't they? They did it for Skate, they did it for Need for Speed. It's like you get all the stuff that would be unlockable just by paying like a $5 or something.
Did you see like Sega and their unlock 25 lives with the DLC pack or something, with a new Sonic and Lost World?
The fuck?
What?
Yeah, apparently it's like a DLC pack, just 25 lives.
That is maybe one of the worst I've ever heard. That's up there with Oblivion's horse armor, man.
It is just as bad.
Like, you can earn extra lives in that game easily.
Yeah, but guys, this is exactly what mobile gaming has done. It's seeped over. This is exactly the same.
That's blown my mind, guys. Like, that's extra lives. How much are they charging for 25 extra lives?
I don't know. I didn't read too much into it. I just saw the DLC pack. 25 extra lives.
See, I can kind of understand with the Tales games, right? Where they sell the level up packs, right?
Yeah.
Because I stupidly, on my first playthrough of Vesperia, unlocked all the rare weapons in my first run, and I could not beat the last boss, right? So I just bought the level up packs, and then beat the last boss and was done with it. And I was fine with that. It saved me probably a week of grinding just doing that. And I was okay with that, and I guess that makes me part of the problem. But that's fucking buying extra lives. You don't even need to do that. You can play the game to get extra lives. It's not even like it's saving you time.
Aren't you doing the same thing, though? By leveling up, aren't you preventing yourself from an earlier death? Aren't you maybe doing the same thing?
No, because I physically hit a wall. I would have had to go and grind for hours to get those levels. So I basically saved myself a week by just buying the level pack, right?
But that's what the mobile thing prey on, don't they? It's just saving time.
Time savers, right? Yeah.
What I'm saying is the extra lives pack isn't going to do that, because you would have to die for that to be applicable, and if you just keep playing the game, you'll get better at it, right?
Yeah.
It's not like you're hitting a wall. Like, you can get past any area. You don't need to buy that level up pack.
No, I guess if you're hitting a wall, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so with Ben, it's because he was shit.
Pretty much.
On
Sonic,
it's like,
so you can be shit repeatedly.
Yeah. Well, it's like, but that's the thing. Could you imagine if they did it in a Mario game? I mean, how easy are lives to get in Mario games? You're never scratching around.
Depends how quick people are on finding the infinite lives glitch, man. Mm-hmm. It's always there.
Yeah, but they only whatever. But the point is, I mean, it's a sad way the gaming industry's going, especially when you're still paying full whack for games as well, and there's microtransactions. I mean, have one or the other, for fuck's sake, you know.
Whatever, man. I'm not a fan of microtransactions. I don't mind them if they're implemented well, or if it's content that's worth like buying.
I'm not a fan of microtransactions. I just spent a month's wages on Mass Effect Online, though.
Yeah, that did happen.
You did spend a lot of money.
That did happen. Sorry, it's hypocrisy, I know. Oh, wow. Cool. Janny, did you do anything else this week?
No, I haven't, actually. I was going to play some PSN game. Well, that lasted long.
Just like your Gianni's Games segment. You haven't done that.
Yeah.
I promised us a new game idea every week.
Yeah, it just failed after the first week.
That wasn't a thing.
We're like, it's basically Toe Jam and Earl, but you're an ice cream van, and you got to do this. And then that was the last we heard of it.
GSC Podcast Classics coming to DVD near you.
Times. I had a bit of a weird week, man.
You had a bit of what?
Yeah, sorry, I was like stumbling over my words. So I went and pre-ordered the 2DS.
Yes.
Because that's coming out. This is probably already out, to be honest, if you're listening to this. And I pre-ordered Pokemon X, I think. Is that the one with the reindeer thing on the front?
Yeah, I've changed your pre-order, son.
Yeah, because I'm getting X.
Is everyone getting X? Do I have to go and change my pre-order to Y?
Yeah.
Why?
Okay.
Are you going into
I don't care which one I get. That game looks amazing.
Are you going into a retailer for it?
Yeah. I
It's
pre-ordered
not going
it.
to matter on the day then, is it?
That's true. I pre-ordered it from everyone's favourite UK games retailer.
HMB.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
So I pre-ordered that, and I picked up a couple of games on the 3DS as well.
What'd you pick up?
I've got them in front of me. I picked up Inazuma 11-3 Lightning Bolt, which is awesome. You guys definitely check out Inazuma 11. Imagine...
Better FIFA.
Yeah, definitely.
I played the first one.
Imagine the Premiership fuck Dragon Ball Z. That's pretty much what this game's like.
Imagine Luke from Professor Layton kicked a football around.
Yeah. But randomly when they kick, like, Kamehamehas come out and, like, demons come out and stuff.
Imagine they hired all the Beano voice cast.
Yeah, that happened as well. The voice acting in this game is abysmal.
Really?
Yeah, it's got to be up there with the worst voice acting I've ever heard. I got to assume that this is the voice cast that dubbed the show in English as well.
Was that really bad as well?
Well, yeah, the show must be terrible if this is the voice cast. Is this the voice cast we got, mate? Because
they're all like, "Oh, cool, blimey, governor, you kicked the fucking ball."
That's exactly what they sound like.
No way.
It's so bad. Luckily, the gameplay is absolutely fantastic. It's part way between a football game and like a JRPG. But it's also got like Pokemon elements as well, where you're like recruiting different players and stuff. And there's rare players that you can only get in each version of the game and things like that you can trade with each other. It's pretty awesome.
Is there an online
shiny players?
You do get shiny players as well when you get their contact details through like the gacha ball machines.
I was just thinking maybe it was like a vampire stood out in sunlight.
Yeah, they've got these like.
They could be Grecian. I'm not going down there.
You get like tokens for playing matches, and you can play the capture machine. And occasionally you'll get like player info, so you can phone them up and recruit them. And like you get like shiners and stuff through there. You'd have to pay microtransactions for it as well. It's awesome. That's a good ass game. It even comes in 2 different flavors like Pokemon. You can get the Lightning Bolt version or the Bomb Blast version. I recommend checking it out, even if you're not a football fan, because I don't really like football, and it's a fun ass game. And I also picked up One Piece Unlimited Cruise SP2 for the.
Go on, have some of that.
Yeah, I know. I see it like pre-owned there. I hadn't even seen this game brand new anywhere.
What sort of game is that then?
It's like a action adventure brawler type thing. So you sort of run around doing missions and stuff. There's loads of it's really like side mission based. So to unlock the boss fights and stuff, you have to like go out and like do all the side activities like mining, fishing.
Oh, cool! I like that sort of
stuff
game.
like that. In between like your fights and stuff, and then you do boss battles and shit. It's completely in Japanese though with subs, which is quite awesome.
Wow.
I wasn't expecting that. Yeah, no English voice cast, so just got the actors that dub the anime doing a good performance, and it's actually got a really good story. It feels like a One Piece movie. I don't know if you guys have ever watched One Piece or any of their movies and stuff.
No.
It's like a really good side story that you would get from like a One Piece movie. It's enjoyable.
Wow.
I can see myself finishing that as well. I also picked up something else.
What?
I picked up the Pathfinder role-playing game Core Rulebook, which is basically Dungeons and Dragons.
Fucking Jamie has left the call.
I'm joining you, man.
It's fucking hench, man. It's like 600 pages of dice rolling goodness. So
I'm exiting stage left. Bye.
I'm probably going to see if I can start up a campaign of that at some point. Which you guys would be welcome to join, even though you probably never would. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a DS game.
Let me just get my neck, beard, and cape.
So that's a thing that I might be doing in the near future, man.
Do you know what also is a thing?
What?
Do you still have your Xbox?
No, I don't. I sold it.
Ah, you must be so gutted.
Why?
Because one of the free games this month on Xbox Live or Xbox Gold is Magic Gathering. I thought that'd be right up your street.
I have both versions for Steam. Don't worry.
Oh God.
Yeah,
That was
crisis
unexpected.
averted, man.
It's all good. Okay.
Some good
Well,
old games you got there.
that's pretty much all I did this week. It wasn't really interesting. Let's move on to stuff people actually give a shit about and stuff that you can tell me about. GTA Online is apparently a bit of a fucking mess at the moment. So,
well,
film me
they've had a few updates since then. So I think it's more playable now. But yeah, it got off to a good old rocky start, didn't it? About the first week has just been plagued with. I've seen on Twitter as well people complaining that the character has been deleted and the progress has been wiped and they've gone back to rank 1. So it doesn't seem.
Rockstar are actually asking for people to get in contact with them if their character's been deleted, so they can investigate it as well.
Oh, cool.
But that's like the second game in about a month, because the same happened in Final Fantasy 14. Oh no, but that was during the beta stage. But it was kind of like a soft launch anyway. So
yeah, usually have a rocky start to begin with. They're usually to be expected. But yeah, I know it doesn't make them right or fair. Well, but
that's a good thing though. I mean, is it? I mean, what are these developers doing, or publishers, or whoever's dealing with the servers? What is going on? GTA's breaking all this records and stuff, and you can't tell me they didn't know it would be that they weren't expecting it.
I think I read today that GTA 5 has sold more copies than GTA 4 ever did.
Yeah, already. It's beat its lifetime sales in 3 weeks.
So that's just absolutely insane, isn't it?
But the thing,
all day on Tuesday though, it was just people uploading pictures of loads of cars trying to get through one big congestion. Do you see that? That pretty much summed it up.
But yeah, I mean, surely they must have a good idea on X amount of copies sold and how many will probably end up online. Now, this is what makes me wonder.
I don't think it's just that simple, though. I mean, none of us have any experience with making games or anything, and to have, a billion people trying to access servers and stuff's going to go wrong.
Yeah, but here's an idea: don't make it available to everybody at launch then online. Your servers aren't going to cope.
But then people would just complain about fragmented.
That's true. If they did like a regional rollout, people would bitch well, how come the Americans get it early and stuff
the levels and things like that.
Yeah. It would split the community.
Let's face it. It's one of those things. You're damned if you do. You're damned if you don't. But
yeah.
There's still that problem, which pretty much any game online has problems online on first day. And obviously, the bigger the game, the longer the problem's going to go on for. So there's got to be something they can do about it. But
they've already released some patches. I know they're slowly coming together. I mean, I managed to get on and play for an hour without any problem, but. So yeah, we'll have to jump on and give an update next week, I think.
Yeah. All right, cool. Well, let's move on to the Nintendo Direct that happened recently. I watched it just before the show to catch up, right? But I didn't take any notes. I just wanted to be refreshed on the news. So I'm gonna have to rely on Jamie again. Shocker, right? This doesn't happen every week.
You D-bag.
Do you have Jamie? Do you have things in order? I know we started with New Super Mario.
I do.
What?
Gianni's done it as well. Yeah, I've cut a few of the bits out.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. We'll just go back and forth. But yeah, like I say, I cut a few bits out, like the karaoke stuff.
Yeah.
Wasn't not really phased by that sort of crap.
Yeah.
But I would pretty much cover off the Super Mario game, the Donkey Kong, the Sonic, the Zelda, and Kirby. Have you got anything else, Gianni?
The accessories that they're bringing out with Mario. There's a couple of RPGs in there.
Yeah, okay, we'll do it.
Well, we can rattle through it, and then we'll be alright. We've got most bases covered.
Most important one first, though.
Yeah, okay. So, relay.
Right, if you would have seen a couple of months ago, they revealed the Super Mario 3D World game, and I see some comments online, and they're spot on, saying whoever put together that trailer should be fucking fired, because it made it, to me, I'm going to buy it, obviously, it's a Mario game, but it was just an average game. But this new trailer is so jam-packed with goodness that you're going to be crying out for this game now. It's going to sell massive at Christmas now.
I need to watch
I'm
this trailer.
excited for it, yeah.
So what was in the trailer that made you completely change your mind? Because when we first saw it, we just thought, this is Mario 3DS, just on the Wii U.
What wasn't in the trailer is what you want to ask, Johnny. That was a pretty tasty trailer.
It's got a lot, hasn't it? Okay. He's got new powers. There's cannon heads. He puts a hat on his head, doesn't he? And it's shoots cannons. It's one of those blocks. Some of the other stuff returned. Yeah, the piranha plant now. You carry a piranha around in its little pot.
Yeah. I can't really do it. I don't think we're going to do it justice here. You have to watch it because there's so much going on. You're just like, wow.
There was also a Goomba suit where you could blend in with the Goombas.
Yeah, cool. It's fantastic. And there was another suit as well for another enemy suit you can use as well. So it looks like they've opened
the Boomerang Bros suit.
Yes, that's the one. Yes,
that was in the recent 3DS game, wasn't it? Though, so
yeah. All right,
let's just come back.
How much I played.
But yeah, I mean, obviously this cat power is going to draw a massive crowd in.
I saw the cat.
Wonders for it, and I'm obviously going to buy any plush toys of Mario that come out in a cat suit.
But I've got the wrong image in my head. Oh God,
the Tanuki power's back as well. So you've got Tanuki, you've got mounts in some levels as well. It's just going to be massive.
And there's also a new power where there's like a multiplication thing where you can like multiply every time you pick up another one. So you could have like an entire army of Marios on screen.
You pick up a cherry.
Yeah, you pick up a cherry. That's it.
The cherry, yeah.
And your powers also carry over. So if you have like fire flower powers, you can be spamming fireballs from like 12 Marios at once.
Holy poops!
It looks
awesome. Be mental on screen. I like the world map. Here's a note I've got as well. I had a feeling it would utilize the map of the 3DS game, and it has in a way, but it looks like you've got free roam walking over it. So it's almost like it's some sort of like board game, but you can walk wherever you want on it. And I mean, the biggest problem for me and the most upsetting bit is at the end they revealed the release date for the UK.
I missed.
And it's November 29th.
The same day as the PS4.
It's PS4,
the day after.
It's the same day.
So soon.
Of course it is.
So I've got it ordered, it's coming, but this is where I'm torn, because obviously I'm going to have a new toy to play with, but I'm really going to want to just sit down and hammer through Mario. Oh, wow. Good thing I've got a week off, though, right?
You'll be able to play it on the Wii U controller, though, right?
Just play it in bed. Play the PS4 with my...
No, like, play the PS4 in your living room and then just take the Wii U gamepad to bed and play Mario on that in bed. Don't sleep.
No,
you need sleep.
It doesn't work. It's too far.
We're going to have to...
The signal's good while you're in the room, but you can't go in another room with the pad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Going to get a little one to play at the same time, and then you can just keep an eye. Go, oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, we'll do it. I did send out tweets to you guys. We'll do something like the week after. We'll get some 4-player fun, because I've got that Adventure Time Wii U game on order as well. 4-player dungeon crawling. We'll do the lot.
So many video games.
Nice.
That sounds really good. So what was next then after the Marios?
What's next, Jam?
Okay. Yeah.
Well, just before we go on, they're going to release a Mario and Luigi controllers as well, which is pretty cool, I thought.
They're Wiimotes, aren't they? They're Wiimote Plus.
Yeah, so not the Wii U touchpads.
No, sorry, I keep making that mistake. But yeah, no, they look really cool, and
That's cool.
Imagine who Player 2 is going to end up with. But they went on to Wii Party, which now, I mean, I never really bought into. I mean, I always saw it as a bit of a tech demo, but
it still is.
It still kind of is, but they've sort of using the gamepad a lot more.
Basically, Johnny, does this sound like a fun game to you? Right, reaching down with a spoon, picking up some water, and then putting it in a jug. Because that is a game on Wii Party. Man.
That's not a game, man. That's everyday life.
That is...
How many times have you found yourself without a spoon, but you've got a jug of water and you're just really stuck? Like, they're just preparing you for when you actually have a spoon.
That does happen, yeah.
Wait,
is this Mario Party or Wii Party?
Wii Party.
Yeah, Wii Party.
Oh, okay. Carry on. We'll skip this one.
I'll admit it looked pretty intuitive, right? So you put the gamepad on the floor. You reach down with your Wii Remote Plus, scoop into the water that's on the gamepad screen, carefully lift the water up to the actual TV screen, and then tip it out into a jug. Now, it looked cool, right? But that's not a game. That's like some sort of harsh labor that you'd be made to do if you were at a prison or something. It doesn't look fun, man. I didn't really see it. I saw another one as well. I don't think there was actual gameplay of it, but there was 4 people 4 people stood around a gamepad on the floor with their arms crossed with a Wii remote in each hand. So it looked like they were playing like Ring Around the Roses or some shit.
I think that was Dance With Me. I think that's what it was called. I made a note of it, but I didn't make much else. Not so many other notes about it.
Some sort of Wii U occult.
So I'll say this: the technology looked really good. It was really impressive the way it worked 1-to-1.
Yeah.
It just didn't look fun. It didn't look like a game. It looked like a tech demo.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
That's waiting for Wii Party Ouija board next.
Okay. Someone will buy it. Yeah.
Oh, they also had and this is going to sound really wrong, but there's a finger twister. It's basically Twister, but on the gamepad. So you have to push like say up on the D-pad or A button and stuff like that. But yeah,
that sounds like a mini game that should have been built into the gamepad.
Yeah, it looked it could get a little bit awkward. And I think the only reason why they're doing all this is because they've got I think it's going to come with a stand for the controller to sit on, lying flat, so it's not actually on the floor.
So table won't do.
Yeah,
if you put the gamepad down now, it has a slant to it. So the idea is just to level it out with this tiny little bit of black plastic.
You know how Nintendo released these products, right? They don't think about what it will do to people, and then they try and fix it later by saying, "Don't worry, we've given you something." Like the stand for the 3DS that came with Kid Icarus, because it was causing people's hands to cramp. This is pretty much the same thing. Like, oh, we've made this game, but it doesn't work properly, so we'll just put this little fucking flimsy plastic stand in, and they can use that.
That happens a lot with them, doesn't it?
Patching it IRL, that's what they're doing.
It's like with the Wii remote wrist straps.
Yeah.
Shit, it's breaking your TVs. Have this strap.
Maybe they just feel like they should look like they're doing something, but Nintendo are like, we have no fucking clue what we're doing.
It's true. It's true, man.
But that was pretty much all I had noted down on Wii Party. Jay, do you want to take the next one?
Well, the next one I've got a note on is the great news that Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze won't be bothering me this year. It's been delayed now till next year.
Yeah, cool, I have to admit, it looked exactly the same as every other Donkey Kong. Every other Donkey Kong country that's ever been released.
Yeah, it's right. They stopped being fun 3 generations ago. I can't.
Just get back to Metroid.
Yeah, fuck off and do Metroid.
Yeah.
Yeah, give us that.
It's coming out early next year, right? Early 2014.
Just 2014, really. Yeah.
And they said that they need the extra time to make it the best experience it can be. Didn't they already take extra time on this game though?
By putting a red and yellow suit on her and giving her a blaster instead.
Yeah. So I get the feeling that like it's actually shit, and they're desperately trying to make it not shit. That's why it's taking so long.
You know, my initial reaction was, it looks like, when I saw the delay, I have a feeling because I saw the video, I was like, this is the same as every other Donkey Kong. Tightened up a little bit, and they've tried to put some story on it. But I think that they realised that there's nothing new, and they didn't say much about it either. So
I think it's just the HD, isn't it? Like, oh, now we can do it in HD. It's going to be completely different. But it's just the same game in HD. Like with the Mario game, I know it was pretty good, but wasn't just Mario in HDs, right? You know,
it was a lot tougher than well, I'd say it was about on par with the Wii New Super Mario Bros.
Yeah.
Which, like, those games are pretty tough, man. If you compare it to the DS New Super Mario Bros. From back in the day, which was pretty easy. I appreciate it, right? A new Mario game comes along, it knows what it is. You know, it's a 2D platformer. It's always the same sort of style with a couple of tweaks. But that's why you buy it, because you want more Mario with different maps and stuff. So I'm fine with it. I don't care. They can keep pumping Mario out exactly the same for the rest of my life, and I'll probably keep playing it.
I think if you saw what we saw at the Super Mario 3D World, I think you might change your stance on that.
I mean, that does look good. I mean, because I really like the 3DS Mario. So if it's just that on a bigger screen, I guess I wouldn't have a problem, because it's still kind of new.
The only 3D Mario game like that I've actually really enjoyed was Super Mario Galaxy, though. I wasn't even
the same guys though, isn't it? It's the same team.
Yeah, so
so this is their game, is it? This is what?
Yeah.
I would hope it's going to be pretty good, man. I didn't really like. I know this is going to sound fucking terrible, especially to you guys, but I wasn't the biggest fan of Mario 64. Playing it for the first time, I'll admit it was impressive. When I first saw it, it was the first game I saw.
Impressive with an F.
Impressive. Sorry, am I chavving it up a bit? It was pretty impressive. It was the first game I saw for the N64 running, and it was my first experience with the N64, and it made me want to buy one. But I didn't enjoy it as much. Everyone holds it up in like such high acclaim, and I just never really enjoyed it as much as everyone else, I don't think.
You see, the greatest game ever made.
Yeah, I'd agree. Really, and it had so much variety, though, as well. I mean, it could have just been, I don't know, they could have gone really wrong, and they got a lot right with it. I'm actually surprised at that. The only thing they didn't get right, there's no Yoshi.
I mean, I'm by no means calling it a bad game, but to me, it's a pretty bad Mario game. That's just because I really like Mario as a 2D side scroller. That's how I like my Mario, man. That's why I didn't really like Mario 3D Land. I didn't really like Mario Sunshine, and
I hated Sunshine.
I kind of enjoyed Mario Galaxy, but that's just because of how different it was with its physics and stuff. But otherwise, I probably wouldn't have enjoyed that either if it didn't have that crazy physics-based gameplay. I prefer my Mario as a 2D side-scroller, man. Sue me.
I'm glad I don't sound like such a dinosaur anymore after hearing that. Thanks,
cool.
Ben.
Yeah.
Let's bring you guys down, man.
You're not on my Christmas card list anymore.
Ben, is there anything else you want to get out there? That there's, we had a revelation the other day about the old Zeldas.
No, I like the old Zeldas. I've just never completed any of them.
Yeah, there's that. I mean, is there anything else? You know what Tetris is?
Here you go. The only Zelda games that I've actually completed, is Phantom Hourglass, Ocarina of Time, Twilight Princess. That is it. There you go.
Disgusting. So what was next then, guys?
What have you got next, Gianni?
Mario and Sonic at the Winter Olympics.
What was next then, guys?
Seriously.
I'm going to step in there. That one looks quite good, actually.
Get out.
Mainly because they've added online this time around.
Yeah, that's the only thing that I was going to say, that you can play globally on it, but that's not something to shout about.
But it changes everything.
It's like Rockstar going, oh look, GTA 5, you can play against anyone in the world.
No, but it's not the same, man. It's not the same. Those games, let's be honest, those party games and stuff, you could only really enjoy with a group of friends around your house, right? But now you can play with people around the world, so it can still be fun, even if you're on your own.
When you don't have any friends.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you bought the game.
The game? I think you mean a Wii. Wii U.
It's probably still going to be terrible. All right, let's move on.
I'm actually surprised that that's a thing, because Mario Kart on the Wii you could play online globally.
Oh, I'll tell you one thing that did come out of that. There's going to be a bundle of that game with a Wii Remote Plus for quite cheap, actually. I think it works out to you're paying about $10 extra to get it with the Wii Remote Plus. So if you don't have a load of those, you can get a Wii Remote Plus with that game for not much extra. So if you saw it as an added thing, if you were going to buy a Wii Remote anyway, it's probably worth like £10.
So, like We Play,
exactly.
The only reason why anyone's going to buy it is because of that.
Yeah, probably.
Right. Because no one gives a shit about Winter Olympic Games anyway. Moving on.
Yeah, moving on.
Sonic
Returns, Smash Bros.
Will be in Smash Bros. Wii U and 3DS.
Yeah.
Oh, good stuff. I liked
that one. Did you like playing it?
Well,
awful.
He was fun. I don't know. I love Sonic though. So
we finally made it then, right? We've got a game with Sonic, Mega Man, and Mario all in at the same time. That's awesome.
Yeah, great stuff. I love Sonic. So
all the iconic characters. I heard rumors that Snake might be making an appearance as well, man. Again.
No way.
So.
Will be Kiefer Sutherland.
I forget where I read that, but yeah, I heard that Snake's going to be making an appearance as well. So
is it going to be Kiefer Sutherland's voice then?
I don't know, maybe. Do you reckon they could afford him? Do you reckon they'll just be like, "Don't worry, David Hayer, you can come and voice him for Smash Bros." Like...
Just hear him well depressed.
I'd make it like MGS1 Snake though. I'd like keep him with his low res and Do it that way.
Oh, that would be
that'd
be fun.
amazing.
Yeah, I think I'd prefer that.
Don't soup him up for the HD. Make him more
all
pixely.
boxy and pixely.
Yeah.
Did you have the
That'd be fun.
MGS1 skin for Metal Gear Solid 4? Yeah.
No.
No. Ah.
You get it in the game, don't you?
Yeah, you do. As you're playing
Chapter
through,
4.
you get the MGS1 face.
I probably didn't. No, yeah. I didn't use it.
You get the J Snowface.
Jason face. Gross.
Please don't Google search J Snowface.
Do it.
Actually, do.
Oh my, the urge.
Do it.
Or
Share the
Monkey vs. Frog.
pain. See who can vomit while listening to this. But yeah, Sonic. They didn't do anything about? Did they do a little bit of Lost World?
Yeah, they didn't really show much though. I think they just gave the actual logo and a release date.
Because there is a new trailer for Sonic Lost World, but it's not within that Nintendo Direct. But you'll find it online. It's about 6 minutes long, and it gives you a brief bit of every main villain. Everybody's kicking off, of course, because the girl character's power is that she's a girl.
Really?
That seems to be the big problem. Like,
What do you mean?
You can never win, can you? Like,
What her power is?
Sexism, man.
yeah, they're just worried that she's like so two-dimensional because they just have her there because they want to put female in some sense.
Obviously, she should be the fucking female Hamlet or something. Like,
But no, like fat guy is
nothing's
fat
good
guy,
enough.
emo guy is emo guy, old guy is old guy, girl guy is girl guy.
yeah, why not? Look, they're all generic. Why kick off about one?
Like, if you're gonna have a go about that, have a go. There'll be there's an emo character, and this is just how the world works.
That doesn't fit with the current trends of media, though, does it? Eh? There hasn't been was it tropes versus emos in video games video series? That's not a thing.
Yeah.
I can't believe how much that's changed
growing up.
everything.
Yeah.
It's retro in a sense, isn't it? Like, the world might be evolving, but oh my god, like, put it down for a minute. There were probably females working on this game. Are you going to gasp and shock at that?
Wait, what are we talking about? Female? Are we talking about like just generic caricature female, like Clueless style female?
Just like, she's a girl. Like, that's it. They're worried about the depth.
Well, she's not going to be a deep character in a fucking Sonic game. Have you seen?
I was just about to say.
Yeah.
Oh.
If you're going to change the main guy's name to Eggman, we're not going to take it seriously anyway.
Wasn't his name always Eggman in Japan though?
Yeah, it's always been Eggman. I'm surprised they haven't kicked off about Amy.
Why?
Just wants to do Sonic. That's all she ever does.
She's a bit of a sex pest, yeah.
Exists.
Yeah.
Shut up, she's like my favourite character in the Sonic racing games.
Why? Just because pink and what? I don't know.
Is it like why
They're
always
all terrible.
Which is quite humiliating when people lose to it. That's the only reason why I played as Toadette on Mario Kart.
But like, this is how Sonic works, right? Crocodile guy is crocodile guy. The guy that's got a bee costume and actually is a bee guy. You know, it's simple because all you do in Sonic is run from left to right. What do you want it to have to it? It's not Heavy Rain, the Sonic update.
Because Sonic would be emo Sonic. He'd be like, my career is gone.
Tails. I've got a little bit more news on Sonic actually. Again, this wasn't in the Nintendo Direct, but
Sonic Special.
There's going to be a Cartoon Network CGI animated series.
Yes, I read about this.
And if you see the shadow of the characters, they've made Knuckles some big like meathead by the looks of things, like really tall, and, like top heavy. The teaser is just the shadows of the characters on a wall, and they've made like what looks like Knuckles as like top heavy.
Is he just roided out? That would be amazing.
Yeah. Like, imagine he has just has like little hissy fits every now and then and flips a table. They're out chili dogs.
That sounds amazing, though.
I'd watch it.
I'm gonna watch it for
yeah,
sure.
so that's gonna flop on Cartoon Network next year.
Yeah, of course it will.
For that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good
Still
stuff.
What was next on your list?
Jan.
Pikmin 3 mission modes DLC.
Well, some of it. So what I understand, some of it is going to be patched in for free. So you're going to be getting some free DLC there, and other missions are going to be made available at cost at a later date.
You're going to get like a free mission to begin with worth about what, like £1.79, and then after that it's all your own.
But they said they were going to do it quite regularly as well, didn't they?
But are the missions new content, or are they just... Is it revisiting old levels with like some new restrictions?
The idea of mission mode is that you get a short amount of time to do as much as you can in one environment as quickly as you can.
Is it an environment you've already been in, or is it a brand new environment? Do you know?
It'll be the same overworld.
Yeah, sort of like a rehash, but the same thing.
So there's nothing actually new about it?
No,
nope,
not really.
Not really, it's just missions.
Okay.
Doesn't knock... Like, the campaign itself, though, is still a great game. So
I'm sure it is.
It depends. If you're down for the gameplay, then why not? I mean, I bought some of the missions for Fire Emblem Awakening, and that's just extra missions, like with more powerful enemies and things like that. So, if you want the challenge, then why not buy them? It's better just running the same like weak enemies that you've always been fighting and just wrecking. You actually get to enjoy the challenge of the game again.
What you have to remember as well, though, is that we would probably consider ourselves as heavy gamers, and we buy a lot more games than we should.
Definitely.
But like the average gamer really then only buys about 4 or 5 games a year.
Yeah.
So that just prolongs it. Whereas for me, I had to get Pikmin done because I knew something else was coming out and so on. And I'm going to do a piece before we go to like about what's coming out in the next few weeks. But yeah, I mean, for me, it's more about, oh shit, this one's coming out soon, so I would rather get this finished so I can be ready for that one. But for some people, it'll be like, well, I'm not getting another game for a couple of months, so I'll just add this content.
That's true.
And if it's only a couple of pounds, like, why not? You're getting another burst of fun from the experience that you've already paid for, like for just a couple of quid, rather than having to wait for a whole new game. So,
yeah, because if they said to you, like, here's a £40 game, and then we're going to release these in little bits, you make those decisions. But if they said we're going to release this extra bit as one big pack for 30 quid, then you'd really be like, well, no, I'll just add an extra tenner and get a new game at some point. Because it's in small amounts, you won't see the money go in and it'll go quicker.
Good stuff. Cool. So what was after the Pikmins?
Yeah, wasn't much a big one on that, was it?
I mean, Pikmin really only covered off that, didn't they? They gave praise to somebody on the Miiverse for getting like a really fast time on a level or something, but
cool.
Yeah, they updated leaderboard so you can see it a bit better or something. There is something else, but it'll come up a bit later on, I think. It's a bit related. So they went on to Etria Odyssey.
Etrian Odyssey.
Etria Odyssey, that's the one. So you seem to know a little bit about this, Ben, do you? Or the series anyway?
Yeah, it's quite a long-running series. From what I understand, this is a remake of the first one, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like Dragon Quest in its battle system. So it's a turn-based RPG where you're sort of in a first-person perspective. You see the enemies and stuff, and then you pick your moves and stuff. You also explore the dungeons in a first-person perspective as well, though. So you sort of move tile by tile, really old school, like around a dungeon in first person.
They updated that on this one.
I'm fairly sure that the dungeons are also procedurally generated, so it's random every time you go in as to what sort of dungeon you're going to get.
Okay.
Yeah.
It looks quite cool. I'll be honest, I'm not super hyped for it because I haven't really enjoyed the series in the past. So
yeah.
I mean, Johnny, I don't know if you know anything about it, but it's made by Atlas to give you an idea of the sort of...
Okay, yeah. I'm not huge. I know some people are, which is fair enough, but for me, it doesn't do it for me.
Yeah, I think I'm with you, and they're a bit hit and miss for me, but yeah.
It didn't do them any favors that they were hosted in the same Nintendo Direct that hosted the other thing that I was impressed with. Is that next on the agenda for you guys? Or
you can put it in. You talk about it now. Cause
Bravely Default. We're actually finally going to get it.
That came out years ago, didn't it, in Japan?
Yeah, we're finally getting it now, man, it looks awesome. Pretty much old school Final Fantasy, man.
That's when the M3DS first came out, they were touting that, weren't they?
Yeah, over in Japan. It's taken so long for us to get it.
Jesus. Talk to me. How does it look?
It looks really nice. The art style is like a cross between Final Fantasy Tactics and Final Fantasy IX.
Oh.
Gameplay, it looks like a classic Final Fantasy game. So if you think kind of along the lines of like the remake of Final Fantasy 3, but with better graphics.
Yeah,
nice.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah.
Yeah,
but the cutscenes look amazing.
Yeah, really nice. So if you've been missing that old school Final Fantasy feeling with Final Fantasy 13 and stuff like that clogging up the shit pipe, check this game out because it looks fantastic. It looks like it will scratch the itch.
Is there a trailer with that as well?
There is a trailer, yeah. I think it was an English language trailer, but I'm not sure.
They have noted though that you get the option. That's what they did. They played it English, and then they probably realised people would be like, "Fuck off." So a little note came up at the bottom saying you will be able to switch to Japanese if you want to.
Perfect.
Yeah, it looks fantastic. The thing that really sold it to me in the trailer was one of the character classes was like a monk. So cut to the battle thing, and he was just punching this monster in the face, like giving it a combo, and I was like, "Oh my god, that's my main character right there!" Like,
it really does look like, you know, a return to one of those turn-based RPGs, which seem to be a bit thin on the ground recently. So,
well, yeah, Ni no Kuni this year, that was really good.
Yeah, but even that wasn't your traditional battle system, was it?
Yeah, the battle system was a bit.
It's a bit updated, but this looks like a real traditional one.
So I'll definitely be picking it up, but I don't know whether my itch will still be there to be scratched, man, because we've got Pokemon this week, so we'll talk about that at length later, though. So
yeah, cool.
Then after,
yep.
Go on. All right.
Zelda.
So what's next? We're back.
Right,
Zelda has quite a lot of info.
Yes.
Firstly, then get it out of the way. The release date will be November 22nd, so that gives you a week before you get your hands on your PS4.
This is the 3DS version.
Yep.
This is the
I'm excited.
What's it called? Link Between Worlds, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Changing the conventions of Zelda, then you can rent items from the shop,
which is
so that way it allows you to tackle any dungeon in any order that you like because you just rent the items instead.
So me and Danny were talking about this earlier. Do you think you'll still unlock the items in the dungeon, like so that you can keep them permanently, or do you think
that's how it'll work? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you need to rent the item. Well, this is what I guess. You have to rent the item first, and then go into the dungeon, and then get that item in the dungeon, so you get to keep it. That's what I would assume.
Now they said at the beginning that there's obviously they're all available, but you got to be careful which ones you choose because they obviously you don't want to run out of money. So there is a thought process. It's not just like, oh, I can access all the dungeons straight away. So which I found quite interesting actually. The fact that they sort of scrap the whole, you know, there's this dungeon, then go to this one. You know, it's quite. I was quite excited when I heard that. Like,
that's cool.
They're experimenting even more with Zelda.
If it pays off, then fair enough. But my main concern would be that they're going to have this overview, this map, and then there's going to be a logo on a dungeon that says you're going to need this in here. You know, how else are you going to know what to rent to go into which one? So the problem is you're going to know what to expect. Like, the best bit about Zelda for me is going into the dungeon and not knowing what weapon you're going to unlock, but knowing ultimately that is going to be played and used for every bit of that dungeon once you have got it.
That's
true.
And
it'll work perfectly. But now you're going to know, in some way, you're going to have to know what's needed for each dungeon, and it just takes away a bit of the magic. Maybe. We will see.
That's true. I agree with that.
I pretty much feel the same way, man. So long as the dungeons still have that feeling of this entire dungeon is built around this item or this combination of items, then I'm fine with it. As long as it still has that. It was a surprise, you know. You'd go into the dungeon, you pick up this new item, and then through finishing the dungeon, the game will have taught you how to effectively use that item.
Well, that's it. A dungeon is a tutorial for an item, isn't it?
Yeah. So as long as it still does that, I'm fine with it.
But if they were going to use this idea, right, this whole renting items and changing the conventions of the game, it's better that they did this on the handheld console that has a massive fan base, right? Yeah. Because if they'd tried this on the first Wii U Zelda, it could have
everyone went crazy.
Definitely buried the console.
So I wonder with the dungeons though, like with the latest, because usually in Zelda games you use like, you know, all the weapons you've used previous make a sort of appearance in, you know, the later dungeons. Whereas this, if they are whereas this, I guess, if they are focusing, it will just be one dungeon uses exclusively this one item.
Unless they've really gone out there and there's like double the amount of dungeons in this game than there was before. Like if there's a ton of dungeons at the start that you do like one item for each, and then it unlocks another set of dungeons with the combinations.
That would be cool, actually. Yeah. Yeah, I guess they could because they got the Dark World, haven't they? You know, there's the Light World and Dark World, so maybe
that's it. Could be onto something.
Like, really good though. I'm super excited for that game. Looks and sounds fantastic. Like oh yeah, oh god.
6 weeks to go, I think. So.
Balls. When's it out
5.
again?
I mean 4. I mean when's this releasing? Yeah, November 22nd. So like I say, the week
22nd.
before. So the week the Xbox One will be out over here, but then we're not buying that. So the week before you get your PS4, then.
Lovely, jubbly.
Cool.
Which is annoying because it means I'm really going to have to consider 3DS with some of these games that are coming out.
You're considering it already for Pokemon, which we'll talk about later.
Yeah, and that.
Yep.
That's what I mean.
Pokemons. What's next?
Right, so Zelda. Staying with Zelda then, as we've mentioned it, they had a little update with Wind Waker HD with Animal Crossing. No, they said that the T-shirt Link wears at the beginning is available to buy. Is it? I got a little bit confused. Did he say it's available to buy in the Animal Crossing store, Jay, or something like that?
I think that's what they were on about.
Right,
kind of glazed over a little bit.
Whilst we're talking about Animal Crossing, we'll get this out of the way as well then. They announced their new Nintendo Spot Pass stuff for Animal Crossing. So it's going to be items from sort of Mario Kart, New Super Mario Bros., stuff like that, which will be available to pick up from different Nintendo hotspots.
Cool.
So that's a thing with Animal Crossing. Carry on.
Oh, sorry, there was one other thing. There was a lot of confusion with one of the characters in A Link Between Worlds. Mm-hmm. And people said it looked like Nabbit from the New Super Mario Bros. Games, but it's not. It's a totally different character. So
they do look remarkably similar.
Yeah.
What they then pointed out is that these two projects were being worked on side by side, almost like the two teams work next to each other in the office. So they might have been sharing ideas or just nicking ideas.
What else was announced? Oh, sorry, we're bouncing around here, but a new Kirby game.
Oh,
and it looked very,
yes, it
very
looked
true
awesome.
to the original one.
Yeah,
you know,
it looks really
side-scrolling, none of this sort of pillow thing where there's no depth or anything. That weird one that was on the Wii. I'm genuinely excited for that. Because I loved that on the Game Boy. I had it, and I played so many hours on it. So I'm actually looking forward to the new Kirby game. But it wasn't much. Really, they had a few screenshots, bit of gameplay, but nothing really announced.
Can I quickly ask? Do you remember? Is that Yoshi Epic Yarn game still coming out, or did that come out?
That's going to be happening still, yeah, for next year.
Cool, that looks good.
They might have just taken the foot off the gas a little bit, knowing how well the 3DS is doing and just spreading out the goods. But it's definitely still coming for next year. That one, yeah. That one I'm excited about. There's two Yoshi games, right? There's the 3DS Yoshi's Island game, and then there's also the Yoshi one in the yarn style on Wii U, right?
Yoshi Island game for the 3DS.
There is going to be a new 3DS one, yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna have to get on that because I love Yoshi's Island.
Yeah.
Looking lovely, jubbly.
It's all coming together.
It is, isn't it? 3DS has just been so strong. It's a beast, isn't it?
It's doing the business.
Doing all the business.
But for Nintendo Direct, that was all I've really got. I'd say the most important thing to come away from that, if you're not still sure about Wii U, check out that Mario trailer.
Yeah, definitely.
And if you don't own a 3DS yet, then fucking get one, Johnny.
Yeah.
Or a 2DS.
That Zelda game's just gonna.
Or a 2DS, like me. Get a 2DS.
Speaking of 2DS, I told you guys, didn't I? The reason why I won't buy one.
Because you think Zelda would be better on a 3DS.
No, I think it's got a point. Wow.
That was one of the things, and yeah, I honestly think it would be better. Like one of the things that actually made me go, 3D might actually be quite useful with that. No, it's because the screens aren't symmetrical. I know it's really stupid. They're not symmetrical. It would drive me fucking insane.
It's not symmetrical on a 3DS XL either.
No, they never have been on the 3DS consoles.
But it looks
the top screens. Yeah, it does stand out a bit more when you've not got the divide and the fold.
Yeah.
But why would you not make them symmetrical anyway? In general,
Don't know. It's cheaper and it's more durable, man. It's perfect for a commute. That is, and for little kids.
Yeah, I was going to say, it does look a bit too much like Fisher-Price, my first handheld.
True, but I could drop that shit. I could drop it all over the place, and it looks like it would be fine. So.
Yeah, but that's because you're a moron with consoles. You dropped the Final Fantasy VII. No, Crisis Core console.
Oh God, I didn't just drop it. Do you remember that? I was with you, wasn't I?
You like booted it
slipped
off.
out of my pocket, and then my foot was following through with a step, and I just kicked it across the road.
I just remember
watching that slide across the road. I wanted to cry. Oh my God.
That was not long after I dropped 150 quid on one. I mean, less than £100 on it. But I digress. Yeah. So I'm not looking at a 2DS. I'll be looking at the 3DS, which is a surprise. Which is a bit ironic because I won't use the 3D for anything apart from maybe Zelda, and that's it.
Yeah, I think it would work on Zelda. Well, it seems,
I'll be able to tell you guys exactly what the 2DS is like next week because I'll be getting mine this week. So,
oh my God,
cool.
Anyway,
well, if that's all from Nintendo Direct, then let's move on to the next part. You guys probably heard the news already. Tom Clancy died recently. The author and the guy whose name is attached to all of these badass military games, even though he's not directly involved.
Before we go head first, this isn't going to turn into what happened a couple of weeks ago, is it?
What?
No.
Were we slated the death of Nintendo's late president?
Yeah.
No, that's not going to happen again. Maybe.
Yeah. No.
Let's just see how it goes.
He did have some particularly quirky world views, though, didn't he, old Tom Clancy? But we'll leave that to him. We'll leave it to history.
Yeah, let this one be about the games.
Yeah, what we were going to do is basically just go through what our favourite Tom Clancy game was. I guess it doesn't have to be involved and stuff, but we'll talk a little bit about each one. So, Janny, what was your favourite Tom Clancy game?
I love the way you start with me, and I'm terrible with Tom Clancy games. I'm not very good at stealth, so the only ones that I've played of note are Rainbow Six 2, I think it was, and what was the more recent one?
Vegas?
No, it was like you could go in all out, and it was a bit like Max Payne meets
Ghost Recon.
No, not Ghost Recon. I can't remember what it was called now.
What? What are you even thinking of?
It was quite a recent one, and it was probably one of the most popular in the franchise because it was very actiony. I can't remember what it was called.
Are you sure? Are you sure this is a Tom Clancy game?
You're about Splinter Cell.
Yeah, I could be getting it wrong there.
Splinter Cell. What was the one before Blacklist?
Conviction. No, not
Conviction. Yeah, it
Conviction.
was. Is that the one?
Was that a Tom Clancy game?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, that. But I'm not a very good marker for this because I really didn't get into the games because as I said, I'm shit at stealth anyway.
I don't want a fucking glaring review. I just want to know what your favourite one is, Jackie. Jesus Christ.
No, I'm just saying. I can only name one of them off the top of my head, but I couldn't even name the other one. So I'll just have to say that.
Yeah. Okay, so you're saying Splinter Cell Conviction.
Yeah.
Which is pretty good, man. Game took the Splinter Cell series, turned it on its head, gave it more of a Batman Arkham Asylum feel where you're hunting people down rather than hiding. I liked it. It's good.
Give a bit of a mainstream twist to it.
I don't know. It appealed to me more. I like that sort of hunter-killer gameplay more than I do traditional stealth. So
yeah, that's my favorite because it was more accessible for me.
Cool. Jamie, what was yours, dude?
I'd just say on that, I do have a similar approach to games as Gianni, and I'm not too good with the stealth approach, and so that Conviction did give you a lot of opportunity, didn't it? And they're starting to do it more and more. And like slightly off topic, but Hitman would have done something similar as well recently, where it just changes it up a bit and realizes that the gamers are changing as well. For me though, Rainbow Six Vegas 2.
Vegas 2, man.
Yeah, I mean maybe Vegas, but Vegas 2 had a better campaign in there. But yeah, the Rainbow Six Vegas games were really my first proper experiences with Xbox Live. Prior to playing that, I hadn't been a big fan of like talking to people online and playing with people that I didn't know. But I think that just relaxed my approach a little bit, and just it's a fucking brilliant series.
Was the community good? Because it seems like you had a really nice welcome to Xbox Live, unlike me, where my welcome to Xbox Live was Halo 3. So...
Balls to the face.
I know.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. Halo picked up the wrong players. You know,
to be
Call
honest,
of Duty picked up the wrong players.
Yeah, the Halo players that used to play Halo 3 now play Call of Duty. So
that's it. Yeah, and for the stick that we give Call of Duty, you have to realise that probably 90% of my problem with Call of Duty is the fan base and the issues that you get playing online with them. And like, I mean, the campaigns aren't great. And, they're all fucking idiots.
In Halo 3, it was like pissing in a sea of piss, man. You'd say one thing, suddenly the lobby would erupt. It's the way Call of Duty is now, basically.
Yeah. And like you play Rainbow Six, and it's a calmer approach to gaming. It's a more calculated but still fun. You know, we've had some times playing Vegas 2. Sorry, I can get my words.
The funniest time I had playing that game, I only played it for a little bit because I stopped playing it for a stupid reason. But I was walking along and I came to a door, and you were on one side of the door in cover, and another guy was on the other side of the door in cover. And the way the mouths sort of sync to your speech in game, you were both just looking at each other, like talking to each other on each side of the door. It was amazing. I think, what was the comment? Like, one of you looked across and was like, "I love you, man," and then the other one was like, "I know."
Oh, I remember that.
The lips synced up, and it was perfect.
I know who that was. So we're not mentioning his name on this.
That's an old associate. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. That was funny, but yeah.
Good times. Cool. Rainbow Six Vegas, awesome. Johnny, what was your favourite, man?
Yeah, to mirror what Jamie was saying, the reason I got an Xbox 360 was because of Rainbow Six Vegas 1. Probably one of my favourite moments of using Xbox Live and, you know, making new friends on the community and playing online like stupid o'clock in the morning. So tons of fun. Vegas 1, I'd say. Loved it.
Cool, man. Oh man, this is a toughie. I'd say my favourite is Rainbow Six 1. Just because that game was super tactical. Like, it was all about like planning your strategy out before you do the mission, like where your operatives are going to enter from and stuff like that, making sure they're equipped properly. Love that game. I still have it on my Vita now. Honourable mentions to End War, which was a really fun strategy game, which was almost completely voice command controlled. So you sound like a prick playing it, but it was super fun.
Did that come with a headset, didn't it?
It did come with a headset, yeah.
Yeah, I remember that one coming out.
That game was really fun. And Ghost Recon Shadow Warrior for the 3DS. Which is basically Final Fantasy Tactics, but with Ghost Recon. It was awesome.
You know,
is it not like Advance Wars, that one?
Advance Wars is also similar to it. It's like an isometric tile-based, turn-based strategy RPG.
It draws elements. Okay, right.
Yeah, they're similar. They're sort of overlap from all of them.
That was a launch title for the 3DS, wasn't it?
It was, in my opinion, the best launch title. It was fantastic. The first thing that made me confident of the 3D as well, because when you flip the 3D on, it looked like you were looking into a diorama, which was really cool. So, shout out to that as well.
Okay, excellent. But so, with that in mind, then, how much more can they rely on? Obviously, we're treading on some ice here if we start talking about somebody who died, because we're going to make comments about what their coffin's going to look like or something. But so going forward, obviously we know Tom Clancy is The Division, but other than these games that exist, I mean, how are we going to carry this on? Because you don't see Colin McRae games anymore, do you?
Can I say, I think, didn't EA, is it EA who published those?
It's Ubisoft, isn't it? Most of the
didn't Ubisoft win the rights to use his name?
Yeah, they did.
Is that his permission?
He wasn't involved with any of the games past. I want to say the PS2 Rainbow Six games, like Rainbow Six 3 and stuff. Even then, I don't think he was directly involved. I think it was just based on his universe. Yeah. So his name got slapped on because he was a writer of popular military fiction, and they sold off of that, and now they basically have their own. They have their own life, if that makes sense. Kind of like Tiger Woods.
Do you think now, like, it will suddenly be like Andy McNabb's?
It could be. It could easily switch to Andy McNabb. But I think
Tom Clancy's passed away at quite a young age, so I'm sure his involvement when he passed over and had no more involvement he was still young when he was doing so. I think he was only 66 or something.
It's a difference. It's a difference in what they write, man. I think Tom Clancy's books were more sort of overt and stuff with their worldviews and stuff. It was easy to translate those worlds to video games, whereas Andy McNabb's stuff is... I know he wrote the novelization for Battlefield 3, but that was just because it was written for the game, you know? His stuff deals with less direct things, I think, if that makes sense to you. I'm really bad at describing books, hence why I don't fucking run a book podcast, but it's a different style of military fiction that Andy McNabb writes.
Game board.
I need some women's slacks. That's what it is, man.
So just going back to what you just said, Jay, with the Colin McRae franchise, what they did was it was Colin McRae Dirt, wasn't it? The first one. And then they sort of they marketed it as Dirt going forward. So I have a feeling that's probably what's going to happen. They'll probably just, be known as Splinter Cell.
Are they? Like, no one's going to miss the Tom Clancy at the beginning of Splinter Cell. Splinter Cell's its own thing now. Same with Ghost Recon as well, and like Rainbow Six. They're their own franchises. They've evolved beyond the Tom Clancy name. They don't really need it anymore.
Which is why I was asking future new IPs then. That you'd have to just rely on the Ubisoft name, which is strong enough now, in my opinion. Like I've told you in the Golden Joysticks, I've voted for them as the developers of the year and so on. But yeah, are we going to see that then? Of the last year, I told you they've released some of the best stuff. Watch Dogs is going to be amazing. Far Cry 3 was one of the best games this year. They've had a better, broader choice over the last year than anyone else.
I can't stop wanking Naughty Dog, man. I'm afraid they got my vote
for their one game.
For their one game, for their history of never releasing a bad game ever. There you go.
Okay. Well, Ubisoft have got Just Dance, I suppose. So.
Cool. So the next item on the list is a new feature in Arkham Origins, which I know nothing about. So I hope you guys can tell me about it.
No, I don't want to tell you about it.
Okay.
What do you want to know? Right.
It's called permadeath. So that's what you've put down, permadeath. So I'm assuming it's got like a roguelike mode where you can play through, and when you die, you die. Almost like a hardcore mode, yeah?
There will be no saving. There will be no regeneration. It's just death. Yeah. You have to treat this as one playthrough, one life, and really put yourself in that situation. And I'm not sure. I'd try and find out again about the difficulty level, but it just looks like, I guess, a more realistic approach in a video game now.
Well,
you see this.
I'm excited to see how it turns out because I know I always enjoy watching Nick's hardcore playthrough on Diablo whenever it goes up.
Yes.
It's always really fun to watch, especially that one episode where he disconnected and died, man. The chance of that happening is what keeps people on the edge of their seat for stuff like that. So expect, I guess, a lot of sort of permadeath mode Arkham Origins playthroughs. That'd be awesome.
I mean, this is going to be called, the mode is going to be called I Am the Night. Night with an N, literally the night. But it will have, like I say, no saving, just a single life. But then the question there then is, how long is the campaign?
That's true. There must be a way to save your
cannot
progress
promote
when you stop. Do you know what I mean? Like you should be able to save and quit, but like not reload, if that makes sense. So if you die, but you can save and quit, kind of like other games do, if that makes sense.
Almost even like putting it on hold, yeah.
Well, even FTL has that. I mean, you can play through, but if you have to go, you can save and quit. But it just boots you back to where you are, and again, if you die, you die. So
yeah, that would have been a bit worrying trying to do the whole campaign in one sitting. But yeah, they've also announced there's going to be some DLC.
Of course.
And it's going to be the Origins, and it's going to have you a pre-Batman Bruce Wayne, and you go to a monastery in Asia, and you're going to learn how to be a ninja, master all your moves
Batman
and
Begins.
stuff. Yeah,
Liam Neeson teach you.
Liam Neeson looking for his daughter.
I like to think that they're connected. At the end of Taken, that's where he went, man, to the monastery.
Yeah.
Taken 2 didn't happen. That's not a thing.
Yeah, that's not canon.
That's not canon.
Taken 2 has some really great grenade physics. and how to use a map and grenades.
Oh, that film. Why does it exist?
Like, growing up, you were like, oh, the thunder, and then you count between strikes. Liam Neeson just had to go one step further, didn't he?
He's basically got sonar.
Oh, cool. Pokemon. Let's talk Pokemon properly.
Oh, shit.
Shit. So there has been like a deluge of information this week. The reviews went live this week. It's getting glowing reviews from everywhere. I just want to touch on a few of the features that I think look the coolest in this new Pokemon game before I start playing it. Number one on my list, right at the top, is character customization. Which
finally
you can customize your character's outfits and like hairstyles and stuff as well, right? You can really customize them when you're playing online, so you all look different.
But I like being red.
You can still look like red if you want, but
hell, the last time I played a Pokemon game, you were just black, grey, and white dots. Like, I don't know.
If you've played a game since then.
You played black and white, didn't you?
No, you didn't.
Maybe a little bit. No, not black and white. I haven't played those. Yes. Briefly. The thing is, I buy them for the wife, and then I never see them again. They're gone.
Yeah, because you were the little pedometer monkey, weren't you?
Yeah.
She just had you walking all over the place.
No, the trick was like, if you lie back on your sofa and put it inside your sock and just tap your foot while you're playing, you're fine.
Life hacks, man. Life hacks. Is there any new features that you guys really enjoyed, or like the look of, rather?
To be honest, the massive pull for me is that it's all in 3D, and the battles just look, it's basically Pokemon Stadium. I mean, we've all been wanting this for the second they released Pokemon Stadium.
Yep.
We wanted the battles to be like that on the Game Boy, and now it's finally happened. That's the feature I'm most excited for, to see those battles all in 3D, to see the Pokemon dance around and do attacks, and the Mega Evolutions look pretty cool.
So, are they all voiced by like the voice actors from the show, or is it just Pikachu?
We haven't actually seen yet. I don't know. I can't.
Well,
I can't
in the
make
most
it
recent trailer, Pikachu spoke. Pika was like Pika Pika and stuff like.
Yeah, I think
doing his peaky thing.
I don't know. I can't tell. Every time I watch the videos, it's just difficult to tell. But I don't know. But we'll see. That's interesting to know.
All right. How about Mega Charizard X?
He's blue.
He is blue, and he's got blue flames coming out of his mouth as well. He looks freaking badass, man.
He looks really good. Yeah.
Is that the only like because I'm assuming that's a second mega form, right? Or is that an alternate mega form?
I think it's an X exclusive mega form, while the Y has a red one.
Oh, okay.
I think that's how it works. I guess it's a different item you pick up.
But obviously he's not going to get it now.
No, I still will. I'm not too bothered. I can always trade one from Johnny. So that's no problem. That's why Pokemon's great, man. As long as you've got a friend who's got the other version.
Exactly.
Okay.
But, yeah.
Do we think it's going to have a stronger online community? That's not what I wanted to ask. What I wanted to ask is, what do you think of the online community from Pokemon?
The thing is, I've never actually used it at all before. Like, even Black and White, I just sort of did my own thing, caught my own Pokemon.
I want to ask what the fuck is wrong with some of these people. Do you know why I play Pokemon? I'll be honest, right? For the cool monsters, the cute monsters, and like playing that fun RPG with them.
Yeah.
I don't get how people turn it into a fucking Excel spreadsheet system. Like, this is what I breed with this to get the best results and stuff. Like, you're missing the fun of Pokemon.
Yeah.
Do you know how cute some of these things are? Do you know how cool some of them look? You don't care. All you care about is stats. It might as well.
I see a lot of this firsthand, though. I do see a lot of this stuff, and you can. There's that website, isn't there? Cerebi.
Yeah.
.net or whatever it is with an S, and you'd see so much detail going into it on there. Jeez.
Yeah. No, it's just too much. I just enjoy it for what they are.
But don't forget. Sorry, just quickly on that. People fight not professionally, but it's like on, I don't know, they have to have the strongest team to enable them the best, almost, if you imagine, just kill to death ratio almost. So that's why they breed them like that. And I didn't realise that existed until once I went to one of the one of the there was some sort of show or something, and I had to fight other people, and there was a lot of people that were slating me for the stats I had, but I was still kicking their asses. But it's because they fight more competitively than what we do.
It's almost like they're missing out, though. They're missing out on the fun of Pokemon, man. Because let's be honest, in any generation, according to like the tournament players, there's probably 10 Pokemon that are tournament quality, and everyone has variations of that 10 Pokemon in their team. But there's like 400 other Pokemon in that game that you could be playing with, and like,
almost 700, yeah.
700 in this game, man. It's insane.
And apparently you can get all of them in the new one. Like
sort of like legacy porting forwards from different cartridges and stuff.
No, I think what I mean is that you can the Pokédex. If you have like an old like Mew, you can put it onto the X, and
Really?
it'll be 3D. And
do you still have to port it in sort of from legacy games though?
Yeah, I believe so. I don't think you can capture it in the game, but
damn, that's a shame, man. I don't have Pokemon all the way back to there, man.
But anyway, I think what I've been hearing, because I've read quite a few of the reviews, I think I've heard that this one's a little bit more simplistic than the others. And there's a big question mark over end game content, because I know with Black and White, like once you've completed, at the Elite Four and beat N, other things opened up for you to do. But
oh yeah, man, I remember that. So I beat the Elite Four and stuff in Pokemon Black, and it was awesome. Had a load of fun playing that game. Unlocked a new island area.
Yeah.
Walked in there, and the first old man just fucking steamrolled me with a team of Pidgeys.
Yeah.
I got my badass level 3 stage 3 Pokemon just get steamrolled by an old man with Pidgeys. It was insane.
Yeah. So I do hope there is, end game content for that, but we'll see.
Pidgey.
Yeah, I'm not even kidding, man. They have super high level Pokemon. I think it's the base level in the additional zone. They start at level 65 and go up from there.
I was just quickly mention when you get Pokemon X and Y, you can get a free Torchic. If you go onto the online sort of component via Wi-Fi.
Oh, cool.
On an X and Y. So that's you have until January the 15th. To get that free Torchic, and you get it comes with the item to Mega Evolve Blaziken, which is kind of cool.
Have you guys decided on your starters then? Is this something you could already know?
Yeah, I'm already set.
Who are you going with?
I'm going to go for the Froakie.
Froakie. I'm going for the Fire type.
Well, I was going to go for Fire type, but you get access to the starters later on, the Gen 1 starters. You can choose either Bulbasaur, Charmander, or Squirtle. So obviously I'll get Charmander as my Fire type, and I'll go with Froakie to begin with.
Okay, I guess I'll grab Squirtle later on then.
I hate you all right now.
And then I'll.
They're selling it to me. That's what's happening right now.
Well, we need to do a thing where before we hardcore this game, we trade our starters with each other and then trade them back, to get them in our Pokedex and stuff. I can't. It's like being a kid again, man. I'm so excited.
I know, we have to get all of them. Yeah, me too.
I can't believe I'm actually going to have to go buy a 3DS for this.
Get a 2DS is £109, Janny.
I'm sure it looks like shit.
If it turns out to be shit, I'll cry.
Yeah, but
just get second-hand 3DS.
Even there, still 130 though. You'll save 20 quid by getting a brand new 2DS.
There'll be a bundle, Janny.
You see, if this was next year, I could probably nick my brother's because he will stop using his, but he's still using it, so I have to go buy my own. First world problem.
Buy your own, you cheap bastard.
First world gamer problems. You sons of bitches! I hate you all right now.
Yeah, I'm super excited.
So that is Pokemon's. Is there anything you guys wanted to add in?
What's Pokemon?
Well, no, just to the podcast in general.
Oh yeah, I think there was some other things that I wanted to say.
Schedules.
I did.
It's coming out, right?
I know. Come again? What?
Yeah, schedules.
Right.
I'll quickly mention if you played Sleeping Dogs, United Front Games, they just announced that they're doing another game to it in the same universe. I think it's called. Was it called Triad Wars? So if you like Sleeping Dogs, there's another installment coming. I love Sleeping Dogs. That game was awesome.
I'd be down for playing it. It sounds. Is it going to be a direct sequel?
Set in the same, based in a Sleeping World, the Sleeping Dogs universe. So.
Okay, cool. So it's basically going to be a sequel then. It could be a prequel, couldn't it? Really? Because there was a lot of talk of like them running together when they were younger and stuff. So.
That's true. But no, I highly recommend Sleeping Dogs. I really, really enjoyed it. One of the best open world experiences pre GTA 5.
I second that.
Cool. Sweet. And
Jam Dog has some things to say.
It looks like Jamie's got some stuff to add as well.
Just looking at Pokemon then. Well and truly, Christmas is upon us now. And we all know what we're going to be doing at the end of November, whether you're a Microsoft fan or a Sony fan. But really then, just looking at the next coming weeks, there's a lot going on. I wonder where we're going to have time to fit these all in. You've got Pokemon this week, but you've also got Beyond Two Souls.
Oh, wow.
With
that's
Willem Dafoe and Ellen Page.
So obviously by the time this goes live, these will be out.
Yep.
They
will be.
The 2DS is launching alongside the Pokemon X and Y, and that's a massive deal for Christmas. They're going to be doing wonders on those. Because this is it. This is your first Pokemon game that's going to have the 3D. And obviously, when you're under 7, you're not supposed to use the 3D. How can you guarantee they don't use it? You buy an extra console, basically, right?
It's also going to be a cheaper option as well. I think it'll be a good seller this Christmas. You'll be surprised.
I mean, it's a good 30, 40 quid difference between the 3DS and then an extra 20 difference between the XL to upgrade again, isn't it? So
yeah.
And if you look at those Pokemon exclusive, like the design consoles, they're like £200 just for the hardware. You don't even get the game downloads.
I think it's $159.99.
Oh right, okay.
Well, no, it might have been $164.99 for the pre-order version of it. So
I don't even know, but yeah, it's still a little bit of a bump, and you don't get the game with it. But then going forward again, October 18th, another big one at Christmas. You're gonna have the new Skylanders game.
Swap Force.
Yeah, I've bought the previous two, but I've kind of gone like, no, now you're taking the piss.
Yeah.
It looks terrible. I know my little one enjoys the games, but it just doesn't look right. But
plus your shelf, your Skylander shelf is fucking full, man. I don't know how many more miniatures you can get on there.
I know. Imagine I bought Disney Infinity as well. We'd be nowhere to live. Sonic Lost World is the same day, October 18th. I'm mad excited about that one. Simply because we talked earlier about the Galaxy system. It just reminds me of Mario Galaxy. You do see a boss fight where you're on a whole world and you're fighting around it. So it's basically just another rip on that.
Yeah, ripping off a really good thing is never a bad thing, I don't think.
Well, yeah, if it's not broken, right?
Unless you're the Bureau and you rip off Mass Effect, because that is shit.
That's why it's £16 to buy. October 25th, the new Batman game. I'm hoping you guys are still going to pick that one up.
It's not coming to next gen, is it? So there's a good chance I will pick it up.
Yeah, so that's mine's pre-ordered. I'm not sure by the time this goes live if you'll still be able to get that price point, but Amazon have dropped their pre-order price to £30 at the moment.
Ooh. To be honest, is it coming out like simultaneously on PC, or are we going to have to wait for the PC version again?
I don't know.
Because if it does, that's where I'll be buying it. So.
No, it's PC. It's PC at launch.
Yeah, so I'll probably end up picking it up from Steam. Maybe over Christmas in the Steam sales. Good times. No, I probably won't be able to wait.
Fair enough. You know it's Christmas when Football Manager's out.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm actually excited about that.
Just a little bit of excitement pepped out of him then, didn't it?
Well, I'd be more excited if I had a PC that could actually run it. So just a Vita version for me.
I would love to play it. I would love to, but PC only. Why not let me have this on the 3DS? Why not let me have this on the PS3?
What?
Vita.
You don't need it on the 3DS. You've got Inazuma 11, man. Get that.
No, I don't. No. And then moving into November, really, apart from the WWE game, which is just current gen, you're going to start seeing all these games, and this will be interesting because it's the games that are going to be released, and then they're going to be released again 3 or 4 weeks later on the new consoles. So from November 1st, you've got Assassin's Creed and Battlefield on the same day. November 5th, you've got Call of Duty. You know, it starts to get heavy from then, and then it's only a few weeks until the new consoles. So other than Pokemon that we know you guys are picking up, anything else?
Nothing outside of next gen, other than maybe Batman on PC.
Oh yeah, Batman maybe.
So you really just ready for next gen now then?
Yeah, that was always my plan, man. For Christmas this year, it's just going to be next gen. Like, not that I want to write off current gen, because there is still games coming out that I want to play on PS3 and stuff. But
like what?
Dark Souls 2 in March.
Yeah, that's one, but I'll probably get that on PC as well.
That's what you pre-ordered. I'm getting it on PS3.
So Lightning Returns next year.
Oh yeah, that's one that I'll buy as well. There you go.
Oh, I was joking. Shit.
You guys knew I was going to buy Lightning Returns.
I'm going to cock slap you if you do.
I finished 13 and 13-2. I might as well finish the story, even though it's not.
That's why we need to do a video podcast.
Why? To see Johnny slap me.
Can you get your like left box and he's the top box so he can just teabag you?
I totally could. Oh, we could totally stream it on Twitch as well. Not that anyone would watch or listen to our rambling bullshit, but that's something that we definitely could do if I had more time. There you go.
So, Johnny, are you getting anything else this gen? This year?
I'm confused what's coming out this gen. So, obviously,
obviously we're not going to touch the ones that are going to come on PS4 and stuff. Are you going to be there for Batman at launch?
Probably not. I think for me, it's going to be a couple of DS games. So obviously, Pokemon, Zelda's a definite.
Ooh, snap! Sorry, when did Bravely Default's release date land? Was that next year?
It must be next year.
Hang on, let me double check. I'm not sure if it had
one or not. If that's this side of Christmas, then yeah, add that to my pre-next gen stuff that I'm buying.
Yeah, otherwise I guess it's just next gen. I don't think there's anything that I want to get. I mean, the good thing with the PS Plus is that I still get games updated on the PS3, so I'll probably go back and play those if they're good ones. I'm still hoping for DMC, actually.
Just about to say, I really do want to see that before Christmas.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be nice. I do want to give that a playthrough. I really enjoy those games.
But I think it's quite a difficult question to ask. Well, it's not a difficult question to ask, but I don't really want to commit to buying a load of games whilst there's this, with the PS4 coming around, for me anyway. So that's why I'm really reluctant about dropping about 150 quid on a 3DS and then getting Pokemon and Zelda, because I want that money for the PS4. So it's really difficult choices at the moment coming up for gamers.
Jenny,
this is the fine line.
What are the chances of you actually playing your 3DS outside your house? Do you reckon it'll be something that you'd realistically probably play at home in your bedroom, like at the end of a day at work?
Yeah.
So you can just have my 3DS then, mate, after this Friday.
Really?
Yeah, you have to plug it in. It only works when it's plugged in.
Oh, here we go again, yeah.
Yeah, but you can have it, man. There you go. So then you just have to buy yourself Pokemon.
You sure?
Yeah, of course.
Because I'll probably end up borrowing it for a bit. Hang on, we can talk about this later.
Yeah, look at this.
Cool.
It's all this excess love all over the podcast.
I know.
Awesome.
You made it look like you've got a heart, Ben.
I'm fucking lovely, all right?
Well, Ben, my present to you is that Killzone thing I've just put into the chat. So you might want to check that out and not include this in the podcast.
No, we're still talking with your Tesco Killzone thing that you've linked me. I'm going to say...
You can talk about that. You can talk about that on the podcast. There's a face off.
At this current stage, I haven't actually looked into the deal, but I saw Killzone Shadowfall, or whatever it's called, for 40 quid at Tesco's plus a face cloth. So I'm guessing there's some sort of code that you put in. You put in Shadowfall into the basket with a Tesco face cloth, use a discount code, and you should have it all for 40 quid. And
that's a pretty good deal. I don't know how long that'll last, though. That'll probably be over by the time people listen to this. But to be honest, I've got Killzone pre-ordered for £42 anyway. Like, the £2 difference, I'm not going to change that up. So,
are we all getting Killzone then?
Yeah.
Because I'm stealing your copy. I mean, buying your copy.
Yeah.
Oh, I have to buy it then.
Sweet. So there's going to be some kill zones and battlefields on launch
I
day.
really wanted that to be a Killzone face cloth. I'm disappointed.
Were you thinking it might be as well, like a little like bandana you can wear around your face?
Well, no, because if you see the cover for the limited edition, it's a black case with like orange eyes and mouthpiece, right? So just imagine the face cloth as you put it up to your face. You just had that on your face.
That would be pretty cool, man.
Face
See,
cloth.
people just need to hire us to do their marketing, man.
You get the Watch Dogs limited edition. You get the scarf, don't you?
I think you do.
I can't be involved in marketing and designing things for people because if they told me I had to make Mr. Drippy to give away with things, I think I would have got the wrong idea and made something wrong.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Bloody
Cool.
hell.
Is there anything else you guys wanted to add?
No, I need to get straight on the interwebs and make Mr. Drippy.
Okay. That's gross.
A Facebook group near you.
All right. If you want to get in contact with us, you can get in contact with us on Twitter at gsc_games. We're also on Facebook. If you just search GSC Games, you'll find us. If you want to get in contact with any of us directly, our Twitter tags will be down in the description. And thank you for listening to our annoying sounds that we make with our mouths sometimes, once a week, usually.
Yeah.
Thanks.
And somebody's bum.
Yeah. Thank you guys for joining me.
Thank you.
Thank you, man.
It's all good.
And we will see everyone next week. Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah.
All right. Bye, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.